So, I'm new to Reddit, and I don't know what subreddit I should post this on, but something strange is happening in my home. So first of all, this might seem like one of those stories where they claim someone is living in their attic and stuff gets misplaced or something like that, but my situation is different. So I moved in here a year ago. It's just a small duplex, and I don't want to give away too much for safety reasons, but lately me and my family have noticed that our ceiling has weird lines in the paint. It wasn't like that before we moved in, and we couldn't possibly have done anything that could have caused it. My mom has also claimed to be hearing footsteps coming from above. I also should mention that we have a way to the attic in a hallway right in front of my bedroom door. Also, a few months ago, the cops came to our doorstep to tell us that someone had broken into the back of our duplex. And by the way, we have a laundromat in the back and a shared walkway to take out our trash. Anyways, we have a lot of creeps going behind there, to the point that by the first month of living there, our landlord put a lock on it, so random people couldn't just open it. Our old neighbors moved out a couple months ago and we just got new neighbors. I heard my other neighbors getting into an argument, but that's not the alarming part. In between their arguing, I could hear the latch of the back gate opening and closing and someone walking by my back door. I thought it was the neighbors, but it couldn't be them, because nobody goes by there unless it's trash day. Also, I was home alone when this happened. When my parents got home, the neighbors stopped then and asked if we lived next to them, which we did. Then they told us that they thought someone was in the back, so they called the cops. So nonetheless, we have a bunch of creeps that come by our neighborhood. So back to the attic. I thought my parents, especially my mum, were just paranoid, but just now, my mum was walking in the living room, then just stopped, but we could still hear footsteps. Mind you, everyone is asleep, it's just me and my mom. Hearing this, my mom pulled out her camera and started recording, but my mom was talking so loud that she heard someone walking then. When she said that, the footsteps stopped. Now, I don't know what to do, so I'm asking you for your advice. Is me and my family just paranoid, or it's there someone in my attic? Also, forgot to mention we only hear footsteps at around 11 at night, and we also have a dog, and he's very hostile and would bark if someone lives there, but he never barked, so I need help. Is someone living in my attic, and what should I do? Tell me if you know what's happening and if you have been through something similar. Please, I really need answers. Before I start, I may as well get some history on the Whaley House. Before the Whaley House was built, it used to be the gallows, since the graveyard was right next to it. All of the gallows victims went well, until a person I believe was named Yankee Jim, or James. James was a unique man. He stood up to 6.4, and when he went to the gallows and the platform dropped, it took up to 7 to 10 minutes until he died. And with that, the curse took place. When the Whaleys built their house in 1857, that's when things went a little weird. The first death of the Whaley house was Thomas. Thomas was only 18 months old, and he died of scarlet fever. This was unusual because scarlet fever only is in the age of group of 5 to 15 years of age. Now the other deaths aren't really reported, except for Violet's death. Violet tried to commit suicide multiple times. Then she shot herself in the stomach and bled to death on the couch. Ever since the death of the Whaleys, people have reported paranormal experiences, most of which are the stairs. It is said that the top of the gallows is the 9th step, and most people feel pressure on their head. Sometimes it comes with being lightheaded. But if you are related to the government, such as the Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, etc., you will feel some type of burning sometimes. Now let's start the story. I think I was about 13 or 14 at the time. It was almost time to start school again from summer, and my family and I decided to go to Old Town. Besides the fact that it was near the anniversary of the death of Violet Whaley, so the house was a bit more active than usual. And as always, we always started with going to a restaurant to eat, then we go to Whaley House. The Whaley House always gives me the shivers, but I always assume that it's just from the stories that they tell. When my family went inside, we split into 2 groups. I went with my brother, and my mother went with my father. My brother and I decided to go upstairs to go ghost hunting with a ghost hunting app. But on our way upstairs, we always feel this pressure on our head on the 9th step, sometimes even burning. I guess this made sense since my grandpa was in the Navy, and my grandpa Hank was in the US Air Force. I hate being upstairs because I always get an unsteady feeling. We talked to the employee for a bit. He told us some history, and we decided to take the conversation near the master bedroom. That was a big mistake. While talking, I was facing my back towards the stairs. 4 minutes into talking, I felt something pulling me back. As if I was going to fall down the stairs, I grabbed a hold of the master bedroom doorway, and I could not let go of it until we had to leave because, oh dear God, if I let go of that doorway, I would be pulled back for goodness sake. When we were leaving and going down the stairs, we would always feel the pressure going downstairs. When we were in the living area, we talked to another one of the employees. I told her what happened, and she said, "You know, I fell down the stairs today too. I mean, the house has been more active recently. Maybe it's because of Violet's death anniversary.